What is up, everybody? Welcome on in. My name is Richie. We are live here on Knicks Media talking to you guys about the latest Knicks news that you need to know about. Tonight, we got a big matchup, a NBA Cup quarterfinal between the Toronto Raptors and the New York Knicks. I am excited for this game tonight, folks. That's for sure. We also have the latest you need to know about the Giannis situation, injury news to Deuce McBride, the historic run the New York Knicks are on right now at home. So we're going to get into a lot of fun topics here on the channel, but make sure you guys do me a favor by smashing the thumbs up button on your way into this show. This show is right here live on Knicks Media. As you guys know, we have a proud sponsor of Knicks Media all throughout the season. That just so happens to be Sleeper Picks. If you guys want to check them out, don't forget to use the code Knicks at checkout, or not even at checkout. When you sign up, you click the link at the top of the chat, you use the code Knicks, and you will get a 100% deposit match up to $100, folks, by using my promo code Knicks, folks. So if you guys wanted to check that out, we can build a big parlay for all the games this week right here for Knicks Media. So go check them out. Big shout out to them for being the proud sponsor of Knicks Media. Terms and conditions apply. Now, getting into tonight's game, this is a big one. I know some people don't really care about the NBA Cup. Sound off in the comments right now. Do you care about the NBA Cup? Does this game mean a little bit more to you? Or you're like, not really a big deal. NBA Cup is not for me. I just look at this game as another regular season game. Like, there's some people that look at this game as any other regular season game. Some people look at it as there's more to it. You guys sound off in the comments. Let me know. Is there a more meaningful energy for tonight's matchup against the Raptors? Let me know. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Craig in the house. Trade, yes. New York, we'll see. No trade if we have to lose Cat. F that. Brian Supreme loves Karl Anthony Towns. My boy Sad right here. Need the win tonight. Trade for Giannis, says him. A lot of interesting comments right now in the live chat already. Things you love to see. Now, I think that this is going to be interesting. I would love to see the Knicks get the job done tonight. Get a win. Why not go out there and execute? Because the Toronto Raptors, they're a good basketball team this year. They're hitting a little bit of adversity. RJ Barrett is not going to be playing in this game as he got hurt a few weeks back, and he has never been eligible to return since that injury. Emmanuel Quickly, we all know that he's going to be ready to go against the Knicks. They got Scotty Barnes. They got the squad, but the Knicks have been absolutely unbelievable so far this season at Madison Square Garden. Now, this game is in Toronto. It's not at home, but I had to give you guys my thoughts about the Knicks' historic run at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. 13-1 these Knicks are. Let me just say that again. The Knicks are 13-1 at home this year, bro. That's the best home start since 1992 and 93. We all know what happened then. So, if you guys have not realized what this means, is the Knicks got to go out there and get that first seed. Because if they can continue to play this well at home, hopefully it translates to the NBA playoffs, of course. Obviously, we have a long way to go before the postseason. But if they can continue playing this type of performance at home and they go into the postseason with home court all throughout the postseason, book your ticket to the NBA Finals right there, baby. So let me know your guys' thoughts about the historic run the Knicks are having at the Garden. I always wondered why the Knicks struggled at home all these years. Even when they've been good the last few seasons, they've never dominated at home, and I was always wondering why. I mean, is it because the other team, they feel like an extra motivation going to the Garden, a bigger stage? They like to go and play spoiler? I don't know. Whatever the case is, it's not the case this year. The Knicks are playing heck of basketball at home, but now we want them to keep playing well on the road, as tonight's game is on the road as well. We have an injury update. Thank you to Jason saying that Emmanuel Quickly was updated and added to the Raptors injury report with an illness. So he's questionable tonight. I didn't see that one. So thanks for reminding me that we have an injury update to Emmanuel Quickly, the former Knick. So there's a chance that both former Knicks, Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett, won't be playing tonight. We'll see. And speaking of players that are not playing, Deuce McBride, unfortunately, has an ankle injury. He's not going to be playing tonight. He's not going to be ready to go for who knows how long. You know, it's sad because Deuce started to play the best brand of basketball we've seen him play in a long time. Efficient from downtown, just absolutely. The three-point percentage in the last week or so was like over 50, I think even 60% at some point. I mean, it was absolutely absurd what we've seen from Deuce McBride so far this season, more specifically these last few weeks. So it's unfortunate that Deuce is out. But, of course, the big thing about this Knicks team is they're not dependent on one individual. They have a collective that we are really excited about. And the next man up mentality is a real thing. The injuries are a real problem with the Knicks. Jalen Brunson went out for a few games. Mitchell Robinson in and out of the lineup. OG Anunoby missed a few weeks with a hamstring. Landry Shamet's out with the shoulder right now. So luckily for us, the Knicks got depth. You got Jordan Clarkson, who's going to probably take on a more significant role. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby as the two wings with Brunson. Josh Hart playing fantastic. So I'm not going to sit here and say the Deuce McBride injury is going to now put a wrench in the season, but it's just, I feel bad for Deuce individually because when you're on a roll like that and then you get injured, it's like, all that rhythm, all that positive energy to get swept underneath you, man. So I hate to see my guy Deuce McBride go out with an injury like that. Nostalgic Knicks in the chat. Richie, Rich, salute to you, man. Love being live on Knicks Media. If you guys are enjoying the show, do me a solid favor just by simply liking the show, man. I've been with you guys for a long time, man. It's been since we drafted IQ and Obi Toppin. That's the night I started Knicks Media. What was that, 5 years ago? We've come a long way here on the channel and excited to be here with you all. So shout out to the chat. Hit the thumbs up button on your way in. Corey's in the house. Richie, salute. Love you, bro. Always. Love you too, Corey. Absolutely love you too, my man. Appreciate you tuning in to the show. All right. Now, the game tonight is going to be interesting. I don't know if people are going to be really taking a deep dive into this. Like, this is bigger than any other game. I don't know. You guys sound off in the comments and let me know. Are you taking this game a little bit more serious, or do you think it's just another game? Do you think this is just another game on the schedule, or is there more to it? Is there more to it? Sound off in the comments and let me know. Now, this next topic we're going to get into is a big one, so listen in. We got the latest report on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Shams of ESPN came out with an article, and it gives us a little bit of an update about the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. We're going to break it down right here in this video. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button on your way into the video. And don't forget to comment down below your thoughts. Where's your head at with this Giannis situation? This is going to be dragged out for weeks, man. Whether Giannis gets traded to the Knicks or another team or he stays with the Bucks, we're probably not going to know that for sure for a few more weeks, if not a month or two. So buckle your seatbelts. The Giannis Antetokounmpo situation continues. So let's get straight into it. We're going to be talking about a report from Shams of ESPN. Now, the article is interesting because on one hand, it basically says the Knicks lost their quote-unquote exclusivity to negotiate with the Bucks, which they gave them in August. But I do think that Giannis has a lot more leverage than some people think based off of the contract. And that's what Shams of ESPN highlighted in the article, which we are about to get into in this video. But before we go deeper into it, I feel like right now, some Knicks fans are just thinking to themselves, is this really what we want to do? Like, do we want to blow up something that's special right now? And that's just such a unique thing right now with this Knicks squad. It's like, you love what this team is doing right now. But at the same time, do you want to go after a guy in Giannis who just turned 31 years old that's potentially ready to help this Knicks team go to the promised land and win a chip? Do you feel like this Knicks team is capable of winning an NBA title without Giannis? The way that this Knicks team is constructed right here, right now, are the Knicks built to go win an NBA title? Let me know in the comments. Without Giannis, without making a trade, do you have confidence? Now, on the flip side, if the Knicks traded away Cat and some other players, would you feel like the Knicks are more inclined to potentially winning the NBA title with Giannis? I feel like it's interesting to hear Knicks fans' thoughts about this. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now let's get into the report and the article of ESPN. I'll leave this link in the description if you guys want to check it out. So this is the part of the article I want to start off with. As you can see on your screen, it says Antetokounmpo's contract status. He's guaranteed through 26 and 27 and has a player option for the 2027-28 season, which gives him significant sway in his future destination. So let's start off with that first sentence. The fact that the contract is constructed the way that it is does give me reasons to believe that if Giannis truly wants to be a Knick, he will be a Knick. And if you missed the video I uploaded here on the channel, we found out the reason why Giannis wants to be a Knick. Well, one of the reasons, he loves the fans, man. He likes us, me, you watching this video. He likes the Knicks fan base. He thinks that it reminds him of the European, style of fans for their football leagues, and basketball, of course, just passionate when Knicks fans go out there after playoff wins and parade Manhattan. He likes that energy. He loves the city. And I think that the fans would welcome Giannis. I mean, 100%. So it was cool to hear that. But when it comes to the contract, Giannis definitely has a say here. And I think that's very important in this entire Giannis situation, where if the Milwaukee Bucks are telling Giannis, hey, we'll trade you, but the Giannis Antetokounmpo side and their camp's like, well, we're not going anywhere unless we want to sign that contract extension, right? So if you go deeper into the article in this paragraph, it says, executives believe the NBA's new apron rules, combined with his max salary and supermax extension to come, make a trade difficult and would require him to show a desire to sign long-term with the team that deals for him, that gives him a seat at the table for his future. So that's extremely important to highlight, folks, is that this isn't a situation where, all right, the Bucks and Giannis decide that they're going to part ways, and now the Bucks are going to find the best trade package for them. That's not the situation here. This is going to be one of those things where Giannis gives the Bucks a list of teams, and these are the teams that would sign that supermax contract with. Whatever team that is, make it happen. But the big question is, are the Knicks at the top of that, and are the Knicks going to be the only team? Are the Knicks going to be the only team on that list? Because there's going to be other teams. There's going to be other teams that are going to be interested in trading for Giannis. I think that's pretty obvious. The Knicks are not going to be the only team. But the big question is, are there other teams that Giannis is going to want to go to besides the New York Knicks? Now, another part of the article does mention that the Knicks are no longer going to have their exclusive rights to trade for him and be the only team. So let's get into that part of the article, because that's definitely interesting. Right? Here it is. However, Antetokounmpo's concerns with the roster and his desire to explore external options, he wanted to play for the New York Knicks if he were to be moved. Led the talks between the Bucks and the Knicks for multiple weeks in August. New York submitted offers, according to sources, but no traction was made, and both Milwaukee and Antetokounmpo moved forward. Trying to build a contender around Giannis has left the Bucks with just one first-round pick eligible to be traded, either in 31 or 32, the next drafts they can control, and 0 second-round picks eligible to be dealt. So it goes deeper into it. And, the interesting thing about it is right here. If the Bucks are open to discussing a Giannis trade with teams, the Knicks will no longer have the exclusive negotiating window as his preferred destination, sources told ESPN. So that's an important nugget here that we need to highlight, is that the Knicks will no longer have the exclusive negotiating window. Now, what does that even mean, right? Basically, the Bucks gave the Knicks an exclusive window, and they were not talking to any other team. It was just the Knicks and nobody else. And then the Knicks, apparently, according to this article that we just read above, they submitted offers. What those offers were, we have no idea. Nobody has reported what those offers were. But obviously, the offers the Knicks sent to the Bucks was not enough, and the Bucks said no. And they moved on into where we are today. Milwaukee moved on, and Giannis moved on, and now here we are with Giannis injured and potentially wanting to be traded. Now, the big question is always going to come down to, how bad does Giannis want to be a Knick? Is it's Knicks or nowhere? Or is it Knicks are my preferred destination, but I also settle for the Spurs or whatever team you can really say? Doesn't matter which team, of course. That's the big driving force of this trade. It really is, comes down to Giannis. And just like we said, the contract that he has that right. He has the ability to control his own destiny. So I think when you combine everything that we're talking about right here, I really do believe that that's going to be the case. But the big problem, I think, is the Knicks don't really have the assets. You saw in the article, the Bucks do not have a lot of draft picks to move. They don't have a lot of draft picks of their own. So they want first-round picks. The Knicks can't really provide that. The Knicks gave up all their capital for Mikal Bridges and OG and all the trades that they made or whatever. So the Knicks can really offer pick swaps, and they can offer second-round picks and first-round picks way in the future. But they can't really give them a treasure chest of unprotected first-round picks because the Knicks really did that to the Brooklyn Nets for Mikal Bridges. So really interesting to see where this whole thing is coming from. And I feel like this is going to be extended all the way through January. Again, I'll stress the date that's going to be very important is December 15th. Or we look up and this happens a lot faster than we think. The one thing I do give Leon Rose a lot of credit for is that he does move in silence. Like, there are some news that comes out, and of course there's sources that we hear from reporters, and they like to get some interesting nuggets. But for the most part, Leon Rose moves in silence. He does not have a lot of cracks in his front office. Doesn't seem like he's got rats telling the reporters all the stuff that's going on behind closed doors. All we know, this is just me speculating, but I think there's a possibility here that Leon Rose and the Knicks are actively talking to the Bucks right now because they could. They're legally allowed to. Say, all right, he really wants to be a Knick. Let's really iron out these parameters. And then maybe December 15th, that's the date when all these players are eligible to be traded. I don't know. That's just me. But then again, Leon Rose has such a difficult decision to be made. Do you want to blow up this team? Do you want to give up Deuce? Do you want to give up Cat and the boys, one of Bridges or OG for Giannis? I just want to remind you guys, Giannis is a legit superstar. 100% a superstar. I do believe that. And I think that's a fact. But does he come with injury concern? He's had some lower leg injuries last few years. The last thing we want is to trade for Giannis, and he's out with injuries all the time. And now we're just left with Jalen Brunson, and that's it. So I think that's the big risk that you're weighing here, because you're sacrificing the depth and what the strength of this Knicks basketball team is right here, right now, today, is the depth. Having the luxury of having a starting five that includes Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, Cat, Josh Hart's been playing really good ball now in the starting lineup. Deuce McBride off the bench, Clarkson, Yabusele, Huck Porty's been playing decent. Shamet when he's healthy. I can keep going. What makes this Knicks team different, what makes this Knicks team so unique is the depth. And I think that a guy like Giannis would absolutely change the overall dynamic of this basketball team. But at the end of the day, man, I'm trying to stay present. I'm trying to enjoy this team for as long as we can throughout this window, because I don't want to get lost in that hypothetical trade that potentially does not even happen. Because I said this multiple times in all of these Giannis videos, but I have to say it again. It would be a different story if the Knicks were bad right now and we're looking at Giannis as our potential savior. Giannis, come save us. We need you. We're a bad team. Please lift us from the doldrums of incompetence. No, we've been saved. His name is Jalen Brunson, who came to save us. And shout out to Julius Randle, who started the trend of turning this organization for the better. Got to give Randle his credit, because he was the man that came here when the Knicks missed out on KD and Kyrie, brought the Knicks to the 4th seed, and then that led to the Knicks missed the playoffs again, and then that led to Jalen Brunson, and then the Knicks decided to give up Randle. So there's a lot of stuff that the Knicks have done up until this point. But at the end of the day, man, I think that Leon Rose, I got confidence in him, bro. I really do. And he's earned that. He's earned that trust in me as a fan. He did not have that initially. He was making some moves early on in his tenure that I was questioning. But now seeing his vision come together, and the one thing I do know about Leon Rose, he's not afraid to pull the trigger, bro. He's addicted to trades. So much so where I think it's a detriment at some points. So that's how I'm looking at it. But you guys let me know in the comments section about the latest news here on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Do you think he will get traded to the Knicks, or is it all smoke and the Knicks are not going to get him? Let me know where you stand in the comment section, and comment down below a Statue of Liberty emoji if you stayed all the way until the end of this video. Big shout out to Sleeper, as always, for being the proud sponsor of the show. Use the code Knicks to get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Appreciate them for being the proud sponsor. Terms and conditions apply. Build your parlay, folks. Terms and conditions apply. Big shout out to them. Love you guys. We got a super chat from my boy, LaSalle. LaSalle's in the house. He's more likely to go to the Pacers. I think they have picks and players to do so. All right, LaSalle, you're looking at this from a completely wrong. You're looking at this totally wrong. This is not about who has the most to offer for Giannis. This has not anything to do with who's got the most resources. It's about where Giannis wants to go. Giannis don't want to go to no Pacers. No one. Giannis wants to go to the biggest city in the world, New York City. Not Brooklyn, by the way. New York City. The world's most famous arena. That's what he wants. It's not about who's got the most picks and who's got the better players. Giannis, that's what this whole report is about. It's about that he controls his own destiny. And I think that's known. I really do believe that's known. My boys in the chat, my guy Rich, great to see Knicks Media Live. Go New York, go New York, go. Yeah, man, I'm going to start doing more Knicks Media live streams. Do you guys like the lives? Because I haven't been doing them often. I've just been doing videos, standalone videos, but I'm going to start incorporating live streams here on the channel more often. Would you guys like to see maybe daily lives, Monday through Friday? If I find a time of day to do it every single day, we can call it the Knicks Media slot, where you can expect me to... Oh, we got some news right now I'm seeing on my screen. The Pistons, Hawks, and Raptors expected to be suitors for Anthony Davis in a trade. I don't see the Knicks in that list. That's interesting. Interesting. We'll see. I'm taking this game more seriously because I've never had a team win any title, so I want to count the cup if we win it. I love it. There we go. Byron's in the chat. Brian, excuse me. I think we just keep rolling with what we have. Yep. And I wouldn't be upset with that. I wouldn't. But folks, if you're enjoying the show, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up button. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support here on Knicks Media. Big game tonight, which I'm very, very excited about. The Knicks are taking on the Toronto Raptors in a NBA Cup quarterfinal. This game, you're going to see a lot of the players play hard, bro, because the incentive is the players get big bonuses. And there's some players on the roster that would love the bonus to get some extra cash, if you ask me. So I'm excited to see them go out there and compete for tonight's game. Injury concerns come from any trade. You can trade for a player and he freakishly gets hurt. The same BS concerns stopped the New York Knicks from going after KD. Now look, he's killing in Houston. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying the injury concerns of Giannis is the reason why they shouldn't go after him. I'm just bringing it up. I think it's so worth the risk. Giannis is a different energy, bro. I'm telling you. It's deeper than just his ability to play ball on the court, too, in my opinion. I look at Giannis as a legit, I don't know, man. I'm also trying not to get my hopes up because there's a big chance that it doesn't happen. There's a chance that Giannis is like, yeah, I'll stay with the Bucks, or there's another team he gets traded to. We'll see. Toronto Raptors are tough defensively. Their full court press is nuts. Yeah, it's going to be a big game. The Knicks blew them out earlier in the season, but now we're going to be in Toronto, and it's going to be a big game because both teams, I mean, unfortunately for the Knicks, they're not healthy from Deuce's standpoint, but OG Anunoby was not playing in the last game, but he's going to be playing in this one. So that's going to be big. How do they match up against Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram? So it's going to be a big game for the Knicks. I'm excited for tonight, folks. I am excited for tonight. Absolutely. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. Let's do it. In 18 months, Giannis is a free agent. No more Melo trades. Yeah, but he's not going to wait to become a free agent. He's going to want to get traded now to the team that he's going to sign that extension with. Wherever Giannis gets traded to, he is going to sign that extension, so he's not even in free agency. And if the Knicks waited till free agency, they wouldn't even be able to sign him because they're going to have to trade away a lot of players to even fit him on their team financially. So that's the problem. That's the problem. What would my initial reaction be? I mean, I cannot even describe what my reaction would be. I really don't. I don't know what my reaction. I would lose my marbles. I would actually go crazy. I hope if that news does break, I am able to go live as soon as humanly possible. That's what I'm hopeful for. I am hopeful to go live as humanly possible. So we'll see. Well, folks, we're going to wrap up the show here. Big game tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. Shout out to everybody tuning into this Knicks Media Live. If you want to see more Knicks Media Lives, let me know in the chat. I'll definitely do them more often. I thank you guys so much. I will talk to you all later. Let's go, Knicks. Go, New York. Go, New York. Go get that dub tonight, baby. I'm out of here, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day.